Hey Cancer, how are you doing? We're coming up for summer solstice, so let's find out. Um, let's see what happened the last time. Well, you know what? For now, I'm just going to let go of what happened the last time, and then I'll probably do another 5 months, what it's all been about, reading, review. And that's just because it could be a whole other situation from last time. So I've brought out, for the first time, I've brought out the Lenormand. I've got the blue Lenormand. And I've been hesitating. I've had them for a year, and I've just been taking my time acclimatizing to what's unique about their meanings. So I'm going to kind of use them as, I'm not going to do an oracle this time. I'm going to use them to bring in other information to whatever the Morgan Greers can tell us, okay? And I thought I'd start off with some of your own energy here, the Three of Cups on the top. It's fully intentional, so there's just wanting to bring a positive energy into this. So I'm going to put the blues over here for a bit. And, well, actually, you know what? Why don't we start with the blue? Why don't we start with the blue? And see what the immediate concern is for what's coming up for the summer solstice and just beyond the summer solstice, let's say. Oh, flipping out. And I'm going to take reversals because I find, how else can I know for sure what the meaning is if I turn everything into the upright. Wow. Okay, so the mice are about a decaying situation, or is about something slowly declining until it's over. And they're in the reverse. And it's a 5. It's a 23, which, gets us to a 5, so a necessary change. And it's in reverse, so it's leading us back to a 4 of stability. So something is possibly over. Or it's regenerating. Let's find out. Maybe we want a couple more. Now, normally, I understand what a true Lenormand spread is, and the great spread, and smaller ones. I know that context matters to the cards. That's the whole point. Is that the overall positioning, like there's many rows to a true Lenormand spread, and that they use all the cards, and it's the configuration of all of the cards together, yes, and then proximities. So I'm bringing that into consideration, but then using it in terms of my relationship with cards. Okay, so we have a sideways energy of the side, which is possibly dangerous behavior, somebody with ill intent, or we have a 10, and that's completion. Okay, so something definitely is complete. Or what it is, it's suspended in completion. And possibly with a great deal of animosity. Possibly danger. Very hurtful words, but the scythe, we're talking about a harvest. Let me take a moment here, right? It's something is finished that can't be unfinished. Something is, when it's harvest time, everything has grown, everything is matured, and you're stuck with what is there. You can't, it's like when you're editing a film, they just put in my head, right? And if you don't have the footage, you can't edit it, right? You can only edit what there is, what's been recorded. And so if you need to send the camera people back out and get some more footage, then you got to get more footage. But by and large, depending on how heavy, and that would be how flexible and how small the project is and how immediate it is. If it's bigger, then, well, now if it comes with a bigger budget that can cover those, but basically what's coming through is the more experienced you are, the more preventative you can, preventative or preventive, but the more you can prevent costly, time consuming, basically possibly, you know, devastating consequences. So experience counts for everything at times. That's the feeling I'm getting. Sort of rapid thoughts are coming through. It's very interesting. It's a whole other, like, these cards are working with me differently, which, you know, you can expect, but I had a feeling. Anything else before we go? They're kind of sticking. Maybe we want to go to the Morgans. Okay, there's a door slamming, so I'm going to take that as go to the Morgans. And we might come back to the Lenormand. Let's see. Let's give these a shuffle. Blew that away. Physics. Physics. Somebody's more experienced, somebody's more experienced, somebody's less experienced. It is what it is. It is what it is, and coming to grips with Alright, let's just, oh, we've got a candle out. I don't know how much light it was shining, but let's just put another one in. Let's put another one in. I keep them handy. These little ones go so fast. But then I just keep doing videos, so I just let them burn for as long as they need. Well, what am I saying? I'm rambling. But the mind needs to keep processing. Stay in the zone. There we go. Got some nice turquoise watery vibes going through these right now. Okay, so two together. Two together. Well, so a beginning. Something new is known. And here we go with stability again. So for me, this is, now for everybody else, this would be Libra energy, but for me, it's Gemini energy. And from everybody else, this would be Capricorn energy, but for me, it's Taurus energy. So take it as you like it. But a 4 is stability, and 8 is a beginning, but it is also the sword of truth. This is God's truth. God's truth after this. So we do have this, we do have something being, there's a renewal here of something in truth. Because somebody is guarded, somebody is in this 4 space. In this world, and this truth is obviously a spiritual truth. This is, you know, this is where there's the inconvenience, shall we say, to quote a trafficker and embezzler and all kinds of stuff, but this truth cuts through the matrix. And brings us closer to that 5 of Pentacles that we're not so fond of, because it's a necessary change, but it's also stepping out of that stability, stepping out of that sandbox. So I feel like, the one hand, yes, the sideways energy, it's caught between this ace and this 4. That's kind of what I feel. Now the problem is if those mice And they are they not? Let's put it, well, we can see it. They are a 5. They are that change. And 1 plus 4 is 5. And a 10 sideways split in half is 5 and 5. Just, you know, just to get a little carried away with the numerology here, but still. Let's pause for one moment, because we do also have the 7 of clubs. So the 7 of wands, the 7 of rods. And that would be a transformation in what you want your, you know, who you are, how you present yourself, what you're going after, your ambitions, all your fire energy, right? Where is your fire energy? And so that's Leo energy. 5th house energy. Leadership, pride. There's creativity there, but there's also, there's a certain kind of creativity that's different from the Pisces creativity, you know? I would say here it's a kind of creativity where you collaborative, where you can take, not that Pisces isn't collaborative, but Pisces is going to go into the muse mode, yes, of coming up with the original statement, whereas for me, 5th house creativity can be even working with somebody else's material, somebody else's messages, and interpreting them, you know, making them your own, that kind of thing. You know how a singer will sing somebody else's song, right? So we have that. And it's going back to the 6. It's going back to the need for recognition. So the transformation is blocked. And here we have the King of Swords. Interesting. King of Diamonds. Is he the king? I believe so. Is he the knight? Is he the knight? That's how I have to figure out. Okay. Swords energy. And I would put that as, well, okay. So that would either be Libra or Aquarius energy for me. Okay, probably missed this card flopping out. Probably the camera cut out. More sideways. Oh, interesting. So this other 4 is ahead of this 4. This 4 knows. So this Taurus energy, yeah. This Gemini energy, on the other hand, as I would put it, others would put it as Libra. Take it as you like, right? And so therefore we have either double Gemini or double Libra with Aquarius, Libra energy. So something very tied to justice, let's say, but knowledge primarily founded in this information, this knowledge, this truth. Now this 4 of Swords, typically in the Waite Smith deck, right, that the soldier is lying on the Sword of Truth. So caught between the 3 and the 5. Manifesting. Manifesting based on what you know, and then creating a new environment for yourself. Being known for it as well. So Cancer. Very much out of water energy right now. How do I want to take this? How do I want to take this? Do we take it as interference? Or do we take it as release? Now, if I do go back to the last reading where the religion that held you back was the last reading, then the truth had come out about some understanding of the male aspect of God. So it's possible. Now I want to leave it at this sort of 45-degree angle. I mean, obviously it could be a Capricorn, but I'm feeling like I like the clarity of... What do I like? See, again, 15, but then that's a 6. I mean, we do have the 10 plus the 5. 10 and 5, we have 15. And it's a gift, though. A 6 is a gift. And this is earth energy. For me, this is like 10th house. Because it's Capricorn, it's 10th house energy. So this is professional energy. Or career-related energy. But it's possible that, you know, you've been released. You've been released from something toxic and a toxic interference. Wow. Well, that coming down right on top of the mice. So for me, this is Uranus energy less, I mean, you could take it still as Pluto and Scorpio energy. But for me, it's Uranus Aquarius energy. Because it's something that you constructed that needed to be constructed. You know, you can't, you know, towers are very important. Because it means you've done something in life. You've made the effort somewhere. And the effort gets you to, right? So this tower is this decay. And that completely means that, and it's in the past, it's over, and it's permanent. It's permanent. And therefore, what do you do? I guess the question then is, what do you do with what's been, with all the other knowledge? And what do you do with the suffering? What do you do with, let's just put that there. What do you, I don't know where to put it. Let's put it up there. It's got low visibility. I could just put it right there for now because it's the most visible there. We really do have a fresh start. Is there anything else the Lenormand want to say right now? Probably see, the question is, what happened? What is this tower? What is all this work? Right? And you know, but we're looking at what you're born into. What were you born into? Okay, now we've got a few to deal with. 2 fell into my lap. Very nice. Now we have 10 of Wands, right? Sagittarius energy normally. And completion. We have another, and we have the number 15 on this one again. So 15 and 15. Right, okay, so they're correlating, they're making this 15 and this 15 work together. That's beautiful. Because the bear is, it can be somebody who's either protective or overbearing, right? Like somebody who's been pushing you around. But I'm getting the sense, because it's coming out with the star card, which is similar. I mean, this is all progress. This is all optimism, hopefulness, you know. And so that they're coming out together, because it always matters, you know, in terms of Lenormand, proximity matters to meaning. So somebody's been protective. Somebody has been protective of you. And let's just say, from the other side, from the spirit world. And I mean, of course, we all have people that are being protective, but this has been particularly effective. And then I have a card at the bottom here. Ah, interesting. It didn't come out, like they came out together, but not together, if you catch my drift. These two fell in my lap, and this one stayed separate. This one came out first. So there is anxiety, there's doubt, there's trouble, there's possibly a problem, right? And that's because we have this sideways, right? So there's somebody, we could have it both ways. If there's somebody who's being protective, then there's somebody who's also a threat. Yes? So the question is, and if we're caught between good and evil, right, then what are they doing to you right now? What are they doing to Cancer right now? And this is for during, you know, this is just following the summer solstice. So the longest day. And that is in, it's actually, now I think the sun is just hitting Gemini now, as we start getting close to the start of Cancer season, your own season. And your own house, the 4th house. But again, if you go to Sky Safari or Stellarium, and you'll see that the sun is just entering Gemini. What is the point of this message? What does Cancer need to do? It's slapping, but I'm gonna... Knight of Pentacles reversed. Well, you're going to stand some ground, but you're going to... Okay, so here we go with that change. It's just change. Okay, so this is going to feel rough. But you are protected, and it is all in the name of progress. This is Leo energy again, but it's a 5. It's a necessary change, and it's in your core self, your desires. Yeah. And in that, what were we saying about the 5th house of creativity, doing something with other people's work, you know, arranging. You don't have to, it doesn't all have to come from you. And it's going to affect your pentacles. It's going to affect your pentacles. It's going to affect your swords. But they are secondary to the wands. So this truth is bringing in the change of... It's not even a change. It's a progression of your desires, because you've already committed to the 4 of Wands. And so, right, we've completed the 4 of Wands. We have stability in a relationship, in whatever really lights your fire, right? Yeah. We're already committed to that. It's already the right commitment. And now it's about standing your ground against, I mean, I realize the 7 is standing your ground, but 5 is conflicting desires, right? And so, either your own conflicting desires or other people's conflicting desires. And I would say, based on the heaviness of the energy of this, it's your desire, you're setting your will within your understanding of God's will and who God is, and that is setting you against, with greater and greater clarity, against the devil, the actual devil, not Capricorn, but the actual devil, the actual opponent, right? The one that would rather you stay in the decay, the one who's set up, possibly the one who's set up, possibly it's his tower. Possibly it's his tower. But I feel very complete about this, Cancer. And I feel like it's a lot. Final thoughts is that we have the Six of Hearts here as well. And we do have a 16 converts to a 7, a transformation, yes. And again, the 15 converts to the 6 of the gift. So yes, you do have interference, but you have protection and help. So call on the help. Stay close. Stay very close. Because here we have Scorpio energy with the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Hearts, yes? And the gift from spirit guides. The gift from ancestors. The gift from whoever this is that's protecting you. Stay in direct, immediate contact. Close contact. If you have an altar, if you have something like this, right? Keep yourself close to that as often as possible during this time. It's because something is coming through. Gifts come through to you, yes? Because you're also heading towards what's after this 5 is the 6 of Wands. And what did we say? We had the 7 of Wands at the top. This decay carries the 7 of Wands energy in reverse, leading back to the 6 of Wands. So here we have the 7 in reverse at the top and the 5 upright at the bottom. So what we have in the center that's not being shown is the 6 of Wands, yes, in the upright. And so in order to get to that transformation of the 7 of Wands, so you're in a full Leo cycle right now. So your pride, you need your pride. You need, because you've got, your ego is fine. It's just, it needs to be reinforced by the outside world. You need the acknowledgement, yeah, to get to that 7 of Wands transformation. So the transformation's coming. Gift. So during following summer solstice, around the time of summer solstice, and between now and the next reading in a couple of weeks, so a gift is coming through from your guides to do with 5th house, to do with, it might be creativity, it might be leadership, it might be expressiveness, how you express yourself, okay? But something to do with that. So the acknowledgement is coming. That's what's coming. That's the gift that's coming. The acknowledgement, Cancer. Okay. All right. That is what we're working our way towards through this reading. You adapted to this truth. Absolutely. And so, yes, the acknowledgement is coming, and therefore you progress to the 7, 8, 9, 10 of Wands, which is excellent because that means finishing and having a very strong sense of, once you're in that 7, once you get to the 8, which is the proving yourself to yourself, right? You can't rest, but at the same time you can have a very strong clarity about who you are, what kind of trouble you're making in the world, right? This is all about the trouble that you're going to make in the world. The good trouble, yeah? The important trouble. Okay, and I will be back. I'm going to do a weekly read, post that in a couple of days, and otherwise I will be back for you in a couple of weeks. And I also do a weekly reading for Facebook, if you're ever in that extremely happy environment that is Facebook. YouTube's my happy place, but I do well with paid advertising on Facebook. So I hang out there for that reason. All right, Cancer, much love, and I'm very happy for you that this is coming through for you. I'm sorry that it had to work its way through all of this, but that's pretty typical, isn't it, in spiritual things, in everything, because everything's spiritual. All right, much love.